The real stories behind these nursery rhymes reveal a hidden layer of intrigue, shedding light on the unexpected origins and dark messages woven into the fabric of these seemingly harmless songs. Today, we're about to stroll down the twisted memory lane of nursery rhymes. You probably sang them without a care in the world as a kid, but guess what? Those innocent-sounding tunes have some seriously dark secrets lurking beneath the surface. Have you ever heard yourself humming, "Ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down"? Well, brace yourself for a reality check. This seemingly harmless nursery rhyme from 1881 isn't just about innocent play, it's got a dark backstory that'll give you the chills. This sing-songy rhyme is a creepy reminder of the Great Plague that wreaked havoc in London in 1665. Imagine that! Rosie isn't about a charming girl, but refers to a painful and visible rash, the telltale sign of the plague. Sweet posies weren't just for show and tell. They were practical pocket fillers used to mask the reek of death that permeated the city. Yet, death was so rampant that citizens carried flowers to fend off the stench. And what about the ashes part? Brace yourself. It's a grim nod to the thousands of plague victims whose bodies were unceremoniously burned to prevent the disease from spreading like wildfire. Picture that, a city ablaze with the ashes of the departed. So, the next time you find yourself humming this nursery rhyme, remember it's not just a catchy tune, it's a historical snippet, a macabre ode to a time when life in London wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. Who knew nursery rhymes had such an eerie side? Do you know that catchy tune about the London Bridge falling? Well, there's more to it than meets the ear. This classic nursery rhyme, written in 1744, supposedly recounts a Viking attack on London in the early 1000s, led by King Olaf II of Norway. Yet, scholars can't agree if it's fact or folklore. But wait, there's an even darker twist to the story. The real grim message behind the rhyme revolves around human sacrifice. When building the bridge, folks believed burying bodies in the foundations would keep the structure sturdy. The spirits of the dead were thought to protect the bridge, making it an eerie choice for structural reinforcement. And it gets worse. Rumor has it that sacrificed individuals, many of them children, were immured in the walls. Imagine being entombed alive, slowly perishing from hunger and thirst as the walls were bricked up around you. This grim practice adds a new level of horror to the innocent children's game associated with the rhyme. In the game, two kids form an arc with their arms, representing the bridge. Others take turns walking under the bridge, but when the song ends, the bridge collapses and the children drop their arms. The last person under the bridge is metaphorically trapped within the walls, mirroring the fate of those sacrificed in the legend. Human sacrifice is undeniably dark, but there's a family with a history so sinister that it inspired multiple dark nursery rhymes. The shadows of London Bridge reach far beyond its architectural marvel, echoing tales of tragedy and terror that continue to send shivers down our spines. Have you ever heard the nursery rhyme, "Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how your garden grows"? Sounds all sweet and innocent, right? Well, it's not about flowers and sunshine, it's about Bloody Mary, the first of England. That's right, history's garden of horrors. Back in 1744, when this rhyme made the rounds, Mary was busy ruling England. Her dad, King Henry VIII, had severe drama with the Catholic Church. He wanted to split from Mary's mom, Catherine, and the church wasn't cool with it. So, Mary's reign was like payback time. Mary takes the throne and flips her father's religious reforms to the bird. She wasn't just a staunch Catholic, she was on a revenge spree for the mistreatment of her mom. In no time, having a religion different from the monarch's became illegal. Talk about zero chills. Now, those silver bells and cockle shells in the rhyme, they might sound like some fancy garden gear, but they were medieval torture devices. Rumor has it that Mary used these on heretics, people who dared defy her religious flip-flopping. Mary's reign was so messed up that it birthed more than one dark nursery rhyme. Take Three Blind Mice from 1805, for example. It's like a gruesome sequel. See How They Run isn't a cute game, it's a horror show inspired by Bloody Mary's brutality. So, next time you hear the innocent-sounding nursery rhyme, remember, it's not a flowery garden, it's Bloody Mary's garden of horrors. Have you ever hummed along to Three Blind Mice and wondered why the farmer's wife was on a tail-cutting spree? Well, Buckle up because there's a sinister backstory to those catchy nursery rhyme lyrics. Those three blind mice weren't just innocent rodents with bad luck. No, sir. They were believed to be none other than three high-profile Protestant bishops, Hugh Latimer, Nicholas Radley, and the Archbishop of Canterbury, Thomas Cranmer. During Mary's harsh reign, these guys weren't about to bend the knee to Catholicism. They were cooking up a plan to overthrow her. But, as luck would have it, their plot was uncovered, leading to treason charges. Mary, not one to mess around, decided to make an example of them. The trio met their fiery end at the stake, and their executions became infamous during Mary's brutal reign. Now, here's where it gets dark. Rumors started swirling that Mary, in her fury, had the men blinded and dismembered before their demise. Although later debunked, the legend stuck like glue, and those bishops became forever known as the Three Blind Mice. And if you thought Mary was the sole villain in this family saga, think again. Another nursery rhyme from 1805 spills the tea on the dark deeds of Mary's father's lineage. Sinister stories run in the family, making you question if nursery rhymes were the tabloids of their time. So you know the old nursery rhyme about old Mother Hubbard and her empty cupboard, right? Buckle up because there's more to this seemingly innocent ditty than meets the eye. It turns out that old Mother Hubbard isn't just a cute old lady trying to feed her dog. No. She's a thinly veiled jab at Cardinal Thomas Wolsey, the priest who dared to say no to King Henry VIII. Why? Because Henry wanted to ditch his first wife and marry his mistress, Anne Boleyn. Talk about drama. Wolsey's refusal to help with the whole annulment business led to his political demise and set off a chain of events that changed the religious landscape in England and beyond. Henry, in his pursuit of marital bliss, decided to break ties with the Catholic Church, creating a ripple effect in history. But here's the kicker. After all that trouble, Henry's marriage to Anne lasted a measly 3 years before he decided to go all medieval on her and have her head chopped off for treason. That's right, his third wife out of a total of 6. Now, fast forward a bit to Henry's daughter, Mary. She might be known for her brutal persecution of heretics, but surprise, surprise, she learned a thing or two from her dear old dad. The rhyme gives us a glimpse into how Catholics were treated under Henry's rule, and Mary didn't hesitate to continue the tradition by going after Protestants later on. In the turbulent era marked by Henry's fervent pursuit of divorce from the Catholic Church, the poem Goosey Goosey Gander echoes the religious strife that engulfed England. Henry's wrath, stemming from the Church's denial of his divorce, led to a brutal and bloody war against devout Catholics who resisted the split from the Catholic Church. The persecution of Catholics reached unprecedented levels, compelling them to construct secret hiding places known as priests' holes within their homes. These concealed chambers, often no larger than a closet, provided a refuge for Catholics to practice their faith, conduct masses, and recite Latin prayers away from prying eyes. The poem introduces an ominous encounter with an older man who steadfastly refuses to say his prayers, likely alluding to the discovery of a hidden Catholic priest who staunchly clung to the traditional Latin liturgy. The narrator boasts of taking hold of the man's left leg and callously throwing him down the stairs, a grim colloquial expression that implies a severe consequence, perhaps a reference to execution or persecution. Amidst this backdrop, the poem reflects the pervasive atmosphere of fear and danger for those who dared to defy the religious mandates of the time. The tale of the older man becomes a symbolic narrative of resistance against the oppressive forces of religious persecution during a dark chapter in English history. Henry's actions and those of other monarchs have left an indelible mark on nursery rhymes, weaving tales of intrigue and dark deeds into the fabric of folk. Georgie Porgy, immortalized in the whimsical nursery rhyme Georgie Porgy Pudding and Pie, finds his origins in the historical drama of the 17th century. Scholars believe this seemingly light-hearted verse conceals a darker narrative centered on George Villiers, the Duke of Buckingham, and his intimate connection with King James I. The rhyme, penned in 1841, hints at Georgie's hasty retreat when the boys came out to play. This peculiar behavior aligns with the historical accounts of Buckingham's controversial relationship with King James I, rumored to be more than mere friendship. Although lacking concrete evidence of a romantic liaison, the king's favoritism towards Villiers was evident through lavish gifts of land, titles, and wealth. Villiers' reputation as a ladies' man engaging in extramarital affairs further fueled resentment among his peers at court. The climax of this intrigue resulted in his tragic demise, a fatal stabbing in a local pub. While dark nursery rhymes often embellish the truth, the reality behind Georgie Porgy's tale unveils a captivating, albeit tragic chapter in royal history. The classic nursery rhyme Jack and Jill may hold more than meets the eye, with speculations linking to the tumultuous history of French royalty. Despite popular belief associating the rhyme with the fate of King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette during the French Revolution, historical timelines reveal a 30-year gap between the rhyme's creation in 1765 and the monarch's executions. A prevailing theory posits a connection to the English monarchy, particularly King Charles I's ill-fated attempt to reform liquid taxes in the mid-17th century. When Parliament rejected his proposal, Charles retaliated by diminishing the volumes of half-pints or jacks and quarter-pints known as Jills. The rhyme's narrative of Jack falling and breaking his crown mirrors the historical struggle, shedding light on political tension and royal antics. As with many nursery rhymes, the lines between fiction and historical inspiration blur, leaving room for interpretation. Jack and Jill emerges as a cryptic tale, intertwining royal politics and taxation and offering a glimpse into historical nursery rhymes' intriguing and often mysterious world. In the serene verses of Rock-a-Bye Baby in the Treetop lies a haunting tale far removed from the soothing intentions of a typical lullaby. Behind the seemingly innocent words, a historical narrative unfolds, entwining the lives of King James II of England and his wife Mary of Modena. The haunting lyrics gain context in 1630 when the royal couple joyously announced the birth of their long-awaited son Charles. However, the joy was tempered by the shadows of previous tragedies, years of complicated pregnancies, and the heartbreaking loss of at least 5 infant children. England, desperate for a Catholic heir to the throne, found solace in the arrival of Charles. Yet, a dark cloud loomed over the royal celebration as whispers circulated that Charles might not be the legitimate offspring of James and Mary. Rumors suggested that the newborn prince had been surreptitiously introduced into the birthing room, clandestinely replacing the true heir. The ambiguity surrounding Charles's birth sparked intrigue and skepticism among the public. Regardless of the contested circumstances, Charles defied the clouds of uncertainty to emerge as one of England's beloved monarchs. Bestowed with the moniker the Merry Monarch, he cultivated a reputation for a lively and indulgent court life. Rock-a-Bye Baby, once perceived as a simple lullaby, is a cryptic vessel for the enigmatic tale of Charles's disputed birth. Like many others, the nursery rhyme conceals a rich history beneath its gentle melody. As parents croon the familiar verses to their little ones, the unsuspecting origins of this lullaby remain a surprising secret, revealing a slice of royal intrigue that echoes through the corridors of time. The seemingly innocent nursery rhyme, "Here We Go Round the Mulberry Bush," has been a staple in children's play for generations. However, beneath its cheerful melody lies a dark and sinister history that traces back to the 1840s within the walls of England's notorious Wakefield prison. Contrary to popular belief attributing the rhyme to Mother Goose, a former governor of Wakefield Prison revealed its true origins. The haunting verses were not penned by a whimsical storyteller, but emerged from the creative minds of the female prisoners incarcerated. These women, confined in the grim reality of a 420-year-old institution, sought to inject some life into their monotonous daily routine. Each day at 10:27 in the morning, under strict supervision, the female prisoners would engage in their mandated exercises. The setting for their physical activity was a grim prison yard dominated by a solitary mulberry tree. Circumstances forced them to walk ceaselessly around the tree, and it was during these repetitive walks the prisoners crafted the eerie lyrics of the now familiar rhyme. The purpose was clear: to alleviate the struggle of their confined lives and add a touch of fun to their otherwise sad existence. This revelation sheds light on the hidden stories behind seemingly innocent nursery rhymes. "Here We Go Round the Mulberry Bush" is not just a playful tune, but a testament to the resilience and creativity of those imprisoned, finding solace in a song amid the harsh confines of Wakefield Prison. As one delves into the darker undercurrents of nursery rhymes, these seemingly merry songs take on a new and haunting significance, forever altering the perception of childhood whimsy. So this is all about today's video. Do like and share the video. For more terrifying videos, click the subscribe button on our channel. This was today's episode of We Warned You. Stay tuned for the next one and stay curious and vigilant. Goodbye for now.